Collaboration between China and Malaysia in building a megaport like no other. In this thrilling video, we'll discuss the secrets behind this ambitious project, showcasing the sheer magnitude and technological marvels of this port. From state-of-the-art infrastructure to mind-boggling engineering feats, prepare to be blown away by the sheer scale of this maritime masterpiece. China has launched a colossal attempt in the domain of global trade by collaborating with Malaysia to build a giant port. This collaborative endeavor has enormous potential to transform regional dynamics and influence global trade patterns. The newly created Huanjing port demonstrates China's dedication to enhancing its position as the world's fastest-growing economy and expanding its global influence. With Malaysia as a partner in this endeavor, China hopes to use strategic relationships to boost economic growth and trade capacity. The port has been under construction for some years, with the deepwater supply terminal already completed in 2019. Huanjing Port is scheduled to become the largest port in the Malacca Strait when it is completed in 2025. Its ability to handle hundreds of millions of tons of cargo indicates that it has the potential to match, if not surpass, Singapore's existing status as the region's most important port. This massive undertaking has not been without its obstacles and tensions. The building of the Huanjing port experienced a serious setback when the Malaysian government, led by Prime Minister Mahathir, suspended the project due to exorbitant costs. The project's cancellation led in losses for both China and Malaysia, worsening bilateral relations. In a positive turn of events, Malaysia acknowledged the port project's economic benefits and prospects. Following the completion of a settlement deal with China in 2022, the Malaysian government reaffirmed its commitment to the development of Huanjing Port. This deal set the path for the two countries to resume collaboration, with the port's completion now projected by the end of 2026. The significance of China's investment in Huanjing Port goes beyond bilateral economic cooperation. Malaysia's strategic location in the Malacca Strait, a vital trade route between the Indian and Pacific Oceans, strengthens China's worldwide trading network. China hopes to promote its economic growth and facilitate expanded trade not only with Malaysia, but also with other nations in the area by developing a deep water port capable of hosting huge boats. While China's collaboration with Malaysia on Huanjing Port has sparked interest and excitement in surrounding countries, particularly in Singapore, it has also aroused worries. Singapore, as one of the world's main cargo ports, sees Huanjing Port's potential rise as a threat to its own trade share and economic interests. Singapore has made steps to form partnerships with other countries, especially the United States, in order to counterbalance Huanjing Port's expanding power. The Huanjing Port is a grand infrastructure project that spans 1,366 acres and includes 3 man-made islands and 1 natural island. Construction of the port is part of China's Belt and Road Initiative, which aims to improve communication and trade between China and countries along the ancient Silk Road. The project, which is expected to cost $14.5 billion, demonstrates China's commitment to large-scale development and economic growth. Economic motives in China. China's investment with Huanjing Port is consistent with its objective to build its global commerce network and grow its global influence. China, the world's fastest-growing economy, wants to cement its place as a global economic behemoth. Malaysia's strategic location in the Malacca Strait, a vital trade route connecting the Indian and Pacific Oceans, provides China with an opportunity to develop a deep-water port capable of accommodating large vessels, facilitating trade relations, and boosting economic growth. Malaysia's economic potential. The building of Huanjing Port represents a golden chance for Malaysia to expand its economy and establish itself as a key player in China's maritime Silk Road plan. Malaysia's strategic location in the Malacca Strait, combined with its plentiful resources, makes it an attractive trading partner for China. The construction of Huanjing Port will not only improve Malaysia's maritime infrastructure, but would also attract additional investments, drive economic growth, and provide job opportunities. Tensions and difficulties. The Chinese-Malaysian collaboration on the construction of Huanjing Port has not been without difficulties. The project was unexpectedly terminated during Malaysia's previous administration due to cost concerns. This decision heightened tensions between the two countries and resulted in substantial losses for both. However, later negotiations and settlement agreements have prepared the path for cooperation to resume, allowing development on the port to be achieved. The effect on Singapore's trade share. The growth of Huanjing Port has alarmed Singapore, which has long been one of the world's premier cargo ports. Singapore is concerned that the construction of Huanjing Port, with its anticipated capacity to handle significant volumes of cargo, could jeopardize its trade share and economic interests. Singapore has sought alliances, especially with the United States, to counterbalance Huanjing Port's expanding prominence and maintain its position as a significant player in regional trade. Regional and global trade implications. Huanjing Port's completion is set to impact regional and global trade relations. As the largest port in the Malacca Strait, it has the potential to displace Singapore as the most important port in the region. This shift in trade patterns may have an influence not just on Singapore's trade share, but also on the interests of other countries that rely significantly on the Malacca Strait, such as Japan and South Korea. Furthermore, the expansion of Huanjing Port will strengthen China's economic relations, making it a prominent player in the global trade network. Geopolitical implications. The building of Huanjing Port has geopolitical ramifications. The project is a component of China's larger Belt and Road Initiative, which has received both praise and criticism. Some see it as a way for China to acquire strategic advantages and expand its influence, while others see it as a good chance for infrastructure development and economic progress. The project's conflicts reflect the complicated interplay of interests of countries seeking for dominance and influence in the region. Economic benefit. The project will generate $7.2 billion in investment, stimulating economic growth in both China and Malaysia. The port's growth will create jobs, attract investment, and produce money through increased trade activity. Trade expansion. The building of Huanjing Port will boost infrastructure and logistics capabilities, enabling for larger trade volumes and better connectivity between China and Malaysia. The strategic location of the port in the Malacca Strait will allow for better trade flows and more efficient transit of products between the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Social and cultural exchange. The Huanjing Port project brings people from all backgrounds and cultures together to develop social and cultural exchange. It promotes understanding, mutual respect, and cultural appreciation by facilitating interaction and collaboration between individuals and groups. This interchange of ideas and experiences helps to make the world a more inclusive and linked place. Strengthening China's global place. China's participation in the initiative is consistent with its broader goals of boosting its place in the global trade network. China boosts its influence and commercial links by establishing a substantial port in Malaysia, consolidating its position as the world's fastest-growing economy. Connectivity to the Maritime Silk Road. The Huanjing Port project adds to China's Maritime Silk Road ambition. It solidifies Malaysia's position as a key factor in this project and increases marine trade routes between Asia, Europe, and Africa, encouraging economic integration and collaboration among participating countries. Regional development. The construction of Huanjing Port will benefit the region by promoting commerce and economic development in Southeast Asia. It has the potential to strengthen collaboration and partnerships among adjacent nations, promoting regional stability and development. Infrastructure and technology transfer. The project allows for the transfer of technology and knowledge from China to Malaysia. Malaysia can benefit from gaining sophisticated infrastructure and operating methods, cultivating its own strengths in the sector, because China has competence in port development and management. Growth of tourist and related service companies. A bustling port has the potential to attract tourists and related service companies. With greater trade activity and improved infrastructure, the region surrounding Huanjing Port might see a rise in tourism, producing jobs and promoting economic growth in industries including as hotel, transportation, and retail. The construction of Huanjing Port has alarmed neighboring Singapore, which is concerned about potential rivalry and loss of trade share. The completion of the project could result in a shift in the region's trade focus and economic dynamics, harming Singapore's income and U.S. interests. As the port nears completion, it promises improved regional cooperation, technical breakthroughs, and environmentally friendly practices. Furthermore, it demonstrates China's expanding global economic power and determination to forging strong trade partnerships. In the ever-changing global commerce landscape, the Huanjing Port project exemplifies the transformative power of collaboration and infrastructure development. Its successful implementation has the ability to transform trade patterns, drive economic growth, and pave the road for both China and Malaysia to have a more integrated and prosperous future. Thanks for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel if you want to watch more videos like this.